There we go. What's up, Justin?
What's up, man?
Do the same thing, man. What's up? What's going on? How was this weekend? Just ask that.
Oh, it was good. It was good. It was a blast, man. It's and like anything,
Oh
like
wait, hold
so,
on. Tell everybody what it was first, because I don't think everybody knows what it is.
huh?
Tell everybody what we talking about first.
So yeah, so this past weekend was it's called the Movement Maker Live event, and it's past I think like the past 4 or 5 years it's been held every year at the Grand Opry in Nashville, Tennessee, the resort and convention center in Nashville, Tennessee. And what the event is, for those that don't know about events, it's a huge event full of mostly entrepreneurs or those seeking to figure out like where what direction they need to head in their life, like whether they're trying to start a business, they're in business, or they're struggling with you know certain things, because there's so many aspects to it, man. It's just,
Mhm.
but to sum it all up, it's all about just growth and
Just
personal
like it wasn't
development,
Delaware.
growth, business tactics, business etiquettes, huh?
It's like it wasn't Delaware, but bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, and so this past weekend it was incredible, man. We had a blast. All the speakers were phenomenal, just pouring out so much value into the audiences. So it was good. It's good.
That's good.
They had at the Friday night celebration. They had a this year they had a costume. It was like a costume party. You had to dress up as your the character of your favorite movie, or your favorite character of your favorite movie, or whatever. And it was cool to see how creative people get when it comes time to put a
What do
costume
you dress
on.
up as?
Huh?
What do you dress up as?
Nothing. No, I'm not. I don't dress up. I came as myself, man. I'm my favorite character in my movie, man. I'm still starring in my own movie, man. I'm my own favorite character.
See, my favorite movie, though, I don't even know how it addresses that because my favorite movie is Law Abiding Citizen. You ever seen that movie?
Oh yeah,
Well, I mean, what would I dress
yeah,
up as? Gerard Butler in
yeah,
a prison suit?
yeah. That'd be weird. I don't know how you do that. Yeah. So,
I
um,
go rent one of them tanks with a machine gun on it.
yeah. So, yeah, I
Just
wouldn't be. It's not too many characters I can play either, man. I ain't but 5'1", so I don't. I'm too short to play any characters from any of my favorite movies, and I don't look nothing like Kevin Hart, so he's probably the only actor I know my height or shorter. Kevin Hart might be shorter than me.
you can play a what's something called what's a little
Oompa
yellow thing?
Loompa.
What's a little yellow thing
Oh,
called?
the Lollipop Kids.
No, like the little yellow the little man, what they call it? The little yellow like cartoon looking things. Ah,
Oh, the Minions
and
from Despicable Me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Nah, I ain't putting on no costumes, man. That ain't my idea of fun, man. It was, don't get me wrong, it was real cool to see everybody else be creative, enjoy themselves. They did this. We had a live DJ, and everybody had a really good time. I had a good time watching everybody have a good time.
oh,
That's
I
just
can sit
not my idea of fun.
I can sit in the
You
airport all day
know?
long. I can sit in the airport all day and just watch people. I can do it all day.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's not like my idea of fun is different from most people's, man. I don't drink, I don't get high, I don't do drugs, don't smoke. Like I don't go out and parties. I don't like my wife's always like, "Oh, we're going to this dinner party." I'm like, "Do we have to?" Because I really don't want to. Like that's not my idea of fun. For me, my idea of fun would be able to just go to a dealership and drop $120,000 cash on a vehicle and drive away. That would be fun for me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
see
see,
what
I'm the
I'm
same
saying?
way.
Like I
I
just
don't go out
got
to clubs. I don't go out to bars. I don't go out. I don't do all that. I just it ain't. It's to me. I don't like being all those people squunched up in the place. It's like it's not fun to me.
Nah, nah. I was locked up too long, man. So like environments like that, I'm always standing off behind, like with my back against the wall, and I'll stand there the entire time. And
Mhm.
every event, every uh, situation like that, because it's been a lot. Because my wife drags me out a lot, even though I don't care to be there. She don't care that I don't care, and I worry about her safety and things. So of course I go, but everybody always approaches me. Are you security? Because I just stand there all stone faced, like, and I got size to me, so it's like they're like, are you security? And they know who I am, most people, but it's like, nah, go have fun. Like I'm all right. Just I'm good. You don't you ain't gotta make conversation with me. I'm all right right here where I'm at.
My biggest thing is, dude, I can't deal with like aggravating drunks. I can't do it.
Man, I
I
know.
cannot handle it. They better get away from me.
Yeah.
If they
Yep.
roll with me, they can
Cause
be walking.
it'll always be the same ones, man. Try to come, man. You can dance, man. Loosen up. You can go. You come dance, man. I'm like, nah, I don't dance.
But I don't feel like it.
I'm not going to. Like it just so. And I grew up dancing. Like for us back in the day. How old are you?
42.
Okay, so yeah, I'm 44. So you understand the 80s and 90s and stuff. So back in the day, we was in the 80s. I mean, we did breakdancing and stuff, b-boy style. Throw down a piece of cardboard and spin on your head. But so it's not. I grew up like that. But now, man, I got a different. I don't have the energy for that type of stuff. It's not fun for me. I don't have no interest in it.
I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I
So,
went out. It's just for me. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go out and spend $100, $200 going out and doing what? Something I don't really like doing.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, the event was incredible though, man. It was still real cool, huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, just following up with like the event. It was good, man. We started Thursday night. Well, Thursday was the platinum ticket holders and members. But then the event for like general admission and everything was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so it was a 3-day event. And that resort, if you've never been to that resort, I've been there 4 times, twice now with the Movement Maker Live, which is put on by Unleash You Now. Michael Favor is the founder of that. But so I've been there twice for his event, but I've been there twice before I even met that be a part of that mastermind of that group for real estate investing summits and seminars. So anybody who's never been there, man, I would highly recommend. It don't got to be an event. Just go there and experience that place because the place is phenomenal.
It's like
Like
nothing ever
it's
before.
yeah. It's one of those bucket list places just to see, man.
When I went there, I felt like I was at Disney World, like Avatar or something like that. I have all this freaking bush, all these plants growing, a waterfall. It's great. A river runs through it.
Indoor waterfalls, man. It's nice. It's beautiful, man. I like it. Very serene. Very serene. So with that being said, like it would, like any vacation or getaway or whatever, because I've been working grinding like round the clock 7 days a week for months now. So to be able to get away, it wasn't long enough. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like never long enough. And I drove 11 hours there. The drive there was great because I was one of the speakers. So the whole way there, I'm ready. I'm stoked. I'm excited. Yesterday I drove back and it drug me. And I drive everywhere. I think you know that. Like I get in my truck, man. I drive like it ain't 6 to 12 hours. Like it ain't nothing. And I love it. Man, coming back last night was dragging me. I'm talking about I was drowsy. I put on movies on Netflix. They wouldn't keep me awake because that's normally what I watch. I do to get to stay awake. I put on a good movie while I'm driving. Because I mean, I don't. It doesn't take my attention, but I can hear it, and I got it sitting right here in front of me, so I can watch a movie. I don't care what nobody else says. But
what you did? You put that thing
normally
in
it
your
keeps
truck.
me awake, huh?
You put that thing in your truck so you can watch on your screen.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's like, nothing was keeping me in tune, man. And I know what it was, man, because I had to go to work today, and it was like it was just from all the adrenaline and just I was just exhausted from having such a great time, and then dreading like because normally I learned this a few years back when I came home. So when I first came home, um, it took me about 9 months before I found my wife. And I found my wife on social media. No, not social media. It's not called social media. It's an app. It's
Dating
called
app.
yeah, a dating app. Yeah. And so when I came home from prison, I was grinding. I was working and going to the gym, working and going to the gym. But I had a free membership at the Y because my cousin's wife, she has like this high position there where she just put me in. I guess she made me indigent or whatever. I guess maybe she said I couldn't afford a membership. Whatever. She was like, here's your pass to get in. So I'd go to the Y every night after I got off work, and I'd go in and sometimes she'd be there. How women are. She's family, so she's like, "Have you found anybody yet?" Because I just came home from prison. I'm like, "Nah, I really haven't had time. Like that stuff will come, man. I got
Mm.
more things on my mind right now. I'm still trying to acclimate to society." And she was like, "I said all I do is go to work and come here. That's it." So she was like, "Well, have you tried online dating?" And I'm like, That's a thing. Like I know it exists. Of course, I
That's the
ain't.
only thing you do nowadays.
Yeah, and I'm like, I know it exists, but ain't that for like creeps and weirdos, like serial killers or something? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, silly people really find love or something like that. I'm like, so she was like, come on, I'm gonna make you a profile. So she helps me she downloads the app on my phone and stuff, and we sit there and she helps me make a profile and all that. So like, so now for like the next 2 weeks, I'm doing this, swiping left and right. That's all I'm doing because that's what you do.
And your
Like,
fingers start getting tired.
yeah. So I'm just going through women, females, and messaging like anyone. So I don't know if you know how it works, but I guess if you swipe
Swipe right, you like them. Swipe
right,
left, you don't.
yeah. So if you swipe right, you like them. But if they swiped right on your picture, then it's considered a match, and so
Yeah.
now you can message each other. So so I had a few females that we matched with, and they just it won't they won't they it wasn't it. So well, my wife when we matched, we started talking, and we got long story
I'm gonna
short.
get this
I
red.
met
I'm gonna get this red. I'm gonna try and get this freaking light. Stop making me red. I'm trying to do it the whole time.
all right. Long story short, man, I met my wife on Tinder and we got married on day 3.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to the whole point of the story, but we got married on day 3. So
Day three.
and next yeah, not next month. What were we at? March, April. So June of this year will be 8 years.
You
June
know,
will
you
be eight
know.
years we've been married. No, see, that's what people say. Like when you know, or when blah blah blah. And I'm like, nah, because like people are like, well, how did you know? I'm like, no, what? Like you loved her? I'm like, I didn't. I don't. How could I love somebody I just met? Like, what do you mean? No, it wasn't like that for her nor I. So that's all. It's funny because this is always a good like table. When we go out to eat with friends and stuff like that, it's always a good conversation because people are like, well, how did y'all know? And we're like, we didn't. We didn't love each other. We just knew. I knew what I wanted out of life. I've been in prison. I had been in prison for 14 plus years. I knew what I wanted in my life and where I was trying to go. She knew what she wanted in her life. She had been a single mom for like, I don't know, 20 years, however long it had been at the time. She owned her own house. She had a great career, things, all that. She knew what she wanted out of life. So it was like, we spent like the first 3 days really, I say interrogating. She says interviewing, tomato, whatever. So, but we just really just sat and just like conversated, and I'm transparent. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you straightforward. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. I'm not here to impress nobody. I don't need nobody to I don't need nobody's permission to think a certain way or to feel a certain way or to say a certain thing. I said retarded the other night at the dinner table at the event, and they all looked at me like
Oh my god, it's crazy. It's like
I'm like, y'all are over here dropping F bombs and all of that, and I can't say the word retarded. They're like, oh, that's not
let's say
social,
special people.
political,
I
politically
don't give a damn
correct.
about
I'm like,
politically correct. Man,
I'm
you
not
kiss my
in
ass.
politics, man. I'm not running for nothing. I don't got nothing to do with politics. What do you mean? I say what I want to say. Where I come from, if somebody's retarded, what are you supposed to call them? They're retarded. What does the title retarded mean? Yeah, but you can't say that. You
Why?
can't tell me what I can't say. Like,
Exactly.
it's retarded. What do you want me to say? I don't understand. I
Yeah.
said faggot not too long ago, and somebody was like, "Oh, you can't say faggot." I'm like, "What do you mean? It's a hate crime or some crap." And I'm like, "Faggot, man, I grew up. If faggot didn't mean you were a straight homosexual. It was just like, man, don't be a fag. You know what I mean? You could be my
Nowadays they
homeboy. Like
say
we could be cool. Like
nowadays
we
they
could be
freak
cool.
out.
It's like, man, don't be a fag, man. Don't be a fag. Like that's some old faggot stuff. And now it's like you just, I don't know, man. It's weird. But
You can't say
so
anything nowadays.
my point is like and she's the same way. She speaks her mind. And so we really got everything out in the open and was like, cool, this is what's gonna be. Because I my religious, due to my religion, I'm not out here to just date and have sex and all this stuff without being married. Excuse me, I ain't the best Muslim in the world, but I try my best to adhere to the obligations and the duties of what I'm commanded to do by my Lord. So I'm looking for a wife. I'm not looking for we're not gonna do a whole bunch of dating and wasting each other's time, because it's only gonna go one or two ways. It's gonna go good or it's gonna go bad. There ain't no in between. It's gonna work or it's not. If it don't work, we get a divorce. There ain't no love lost because we didn't spend a whole bunch of time playing games. Like, that's where I see everybody go wrong. My mom and dad were together for 10 years. They got married and divorced within 12 months. Same thing with my aunt and my uncle. They were together for like 15 years. They finally get married and they were divorced within 24 months. I'm like,
everything changed. It's crazy how much
hey, everything changed. So it's like, hey, we might as well just, ain't no need to go playing no games. We're going to do it. If it don't work, we get divorced. I believe in divorce. I ain't got nothing against it. I'll divorce her right now if she give me a reason to. I mean, it's just that simple. And she's the same way. So, man, but we've had nothing but growth the past 8 years. So it's cool.
It's nice. I mean, it's lucky because I was 2.5 years, 3 years. I was with mine and then got married, and 17 months later, boom, gone.
See, like, it's weird, man. That's why, yeah. So I'm gonna dip it in the butt.
It's crazy.
I
got a topic to talk about today. You know what? People that piss you off. You know, people that they try their best. They just try and try. Like, I'm going through it right now. Where I'm living right now, and I don't say anything bad about them, but it's just some people just selfish, and it's like when I signed a lease and all that stuff, it said help with the yard work. I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll help you with your yard work, no problem, no big deal. Help,
not do it all.
So it's crazy. Like I'll do, and I don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing it at all. But then whenever you text me and say, cut the grass, I'm like, whoa. When are you gonna help? I'm like, that ain't the way it works. And then it's like, so I'm like, you know what? It's just, I'm not moving out. It's not. It's just always. It's like walking on eggshells around here. No matter what I do, it's not right. No matter what this, no matter what that. It's just, some people just. I don't want to be around that negativity.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It was a mutual agreement. And then right when I told them, right when they got the go ahead to move out or whatever, I told them I was actually moving out. It was like I just broke up with a junior high kid. I'm like, I don't want to be with you anyway. It's like all this stuff started coming in. I'm like, what? On and on and on and on. It's like, dude, and they've done until I move out. It's been everything to try to like push me. To try to get me to flip. I'm like, you know what? I can't do it. And I mean, think about that. How often it happens that somebody tries to push you? Like anybody. I walked away from my parents and stuff like that because of it. And not just because of that, but once I did, I figured out that's what was happening. Like I had a temper so bad with him. And I thought it was just me. I just have a temper. Yeah. Okay. No, but once you get away from the people that push you and poke, it's like, damn, holy crap. Temper's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. People sometimes it's all relative. Everything's relative to an individual or situation, circumstance. But a lot of times people just I feel like it's their personality, man, that for whatever reason that they just push people's buttons. And I found the quicker you can shut certain doors, the more peace of mind you'll have.
Yeah.
It's like a person being passive aggressive. It's like a person will let somebody kind of almost do everything but like literally run over top of them, and they'll just let it go. They'll just let it go. But they don't like it, and that's being passive aggressive. And the second you lash out on them, then that person's like, oh, I can't treat them like that. and then they act straight. They act good. They're right. They're good after that. And like some people become best of friends after that. It's like, dang, I had to blank on you, threaten to slice your throat and do all these things before you realize that I ain't the one to play with, and now we're cool. So I learned that a long time ago, man, with somebody in prison, and because I thought he had mental problems. I was like, he was just aggravating. He wouldn't do deliberate things. It was just his personality was just frustrating, and he wasn't really a bad dude. So I would just let it slide. And finally, I was like, "Listen, man, you go get out of just get away from me. I don't like you." He was like, "What? I thought we were cool. What do you mean you don't like me?" I'm like, "I don't like you. Like, we're not cool." So he was like, "Oh man, I thought we was cool." Like, well, we're not. And after that, he didn't even get on my nerves anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was the weirdest thing, but I was like, I realized you got to just shut that door, man. If the door has been open, shut that joint. The sooner you shut it, the better off you'll be.
What's crazy is I noticed like back like when we were in high school, like when we were in school and stuff like that, you get in a fight with your friend, or you get in a fight with a dude, beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
That next day, you're best friends. Nowadays, it ain't like that. Nowadays, kids are like trying to fight to kill each other. They're like fighting.
Now, yeah.
Because they're filming on their phones. They're like, oh, look at this.
Yep.
That's the way. That's the one. That's what I always said. One way to get rid of violence in school. Right when they walk in school, take their cell phone and they got to stick it in a hole. And it's got to stay there all day. And that's what says that they're in school or not in school. Watch how much fights stop in school.
Yeah.
They can't film it.
Yeah, it's that whole phones in school. So all that, man, everything is weird to me, man. Because like I said, when I left when I left the streets, there wasn't cell phones like that. There wasn't camera phones. You know, of course there were cell phones, but there was no texting, no cameras, none of that stuff. They would just you could call somebody and somebody could call you. That was it. And like there wasn't none of that. Like the closest thing to a text message, and it wasn't on a phone. It was called a two-way pager.
Yep. Yeah, but you can only use numbers.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
143, 187, all that crap.
So when I left the streets, you know, there wasn't none of this stuff. There wasn't all the YouTube or the Facebook or none of this stuff and social media. So like when I come home and everything is different, I noticed the reason so much has changed is because of social media, because of the cell phones and the addiction to it. Like there's literally, because I found myself doing it, and I don't not on social media. Like I had to make a conscious effort to post on Facebook or social media, and I'm only doing it because I'm trying to deliver a message to make some type of impact in the world, because that's what I stand for now, right? And so but I don't do it out of like, oh, I gotta get on Facebook, I gotta post, I gotta see what somebody else said or what somebody else is doing, or like I could care less. And so I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on business coaches and mentors, and every one of them, and I still spend money on one that I have now. It's just an ongoing payment I pay. And they tell me, they constantly like, just in order to grow your audience so that way you can make the impact you're trying to make, you have to be sociable on social media. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just hitting a brick wall with that whole concept, man. It's just so weird for me because I don't care what nobody else is doing or saying. I just don't. I learned, man, nothing impresses me because I've been through so much and I've come out on the other side. Like I impress myself. Like people can call it what they want. Yeah, people can call it what they want, but I look in the mirror and I'm inspired with what the breakthroughs and the transformations that I've had. I don't need to look at Joe Blow. I don't need to have motivational tracks or anything playing in my head while I'm working out. I'm motivated, inspired by the man that stares back at me in the mirror now. And so it's hard for me. I have zero concern for what's going on social media. And so when I do get on there, it's like I could care less about the comments. And they're like, you got to go and comment and, you know, be sociable. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just not that dude, man. I'm not gonna, apparently I'm not gonna make the impact on the world that I want to make in this way. There's got to be another way. Before we had social media, what were people doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, get me on the Ricky Lake show or something, man. Like, just get me on TV, because where's Geraldo at, man? Get me on TV on a
Not getting on
daytime
City
show,
Hall.
man. Yeah, give me something, man, because I just can't get. I'm not having the breakthrough for the social media, man. It drives me nuts. Like,
Yeah, because you got to stay in that
it's,
algorithm crap. You got to stay like, if you don't, then Facebook
yeah,
will, dude, it's hard, dude. And then the worst thing about it is trying to get somebody to always make sure you comment in the comments. It's like, man, it's like having another
yep.
job.
It's it's work. That stuff ain't fun for me. It ain't even a pastime for me. Like I could care less. Like I could literally just go without even having the apps on my phone. So that was one of the things when my wife and I got married. Well, when we met, when we met, we got married, but it was she told her daughter, like, hey, I met this guy, blah blah blah. She's like, oh, what's his Facebook? What's his name? I'm gonna look him up on Facebook. My wife was like, he don't have a Facebook. She was like, well, mama, he's a serial killer. Like, if he don't have a Facebook, something's wrong. You can't be with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I came home, like, I didn't have faith. Like, I didn't have no, so I didn't care nothing about it. To this day, I still don't, but I have it. But of course, now, because like I said, I've got coaches, business coaches, and mentors, and you have to have it if you're going to be an entrepreneur and market and make an impact. So my point is, like, I didn't have Facebook, and I met her 9 months after I had got released. So I was like, so she was telling me, her daughter, my stepdaughter's name is Raven. She's like, yeah, Raven was like, he ain't got no Facebook. Get out of town. Like, something ain't right. Everybody has a Facebook. Like, 90-year-old women and men and women have Facebook. Something's wrong. So I was like, all right, make me a Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling them, make me a Facebook. I don't even know.
They had MySpace, huh? They
Huh?
had MySpace. Didn't you have MySpace when you went?
Nah.
Didn't you have MySpace?
Nah.
14 years, 16 years? Come on. When was
If they
MySpace?
did, I'd never heard of it.
MySpace. It was like you had your own page. You had to put your own pictures on it. You had to play your own music in the background. It's crazy. It was
Nah.
so it was like the
Like,
Facebook and the TikTok of that back then.
like, so when I got locked up, at least the households and environments, my peers and things like that, people didn't have computers and stuff. There wasn't, like, the internet existed, but the internet was for like
Oh,
universities or military or institutions.
that sound of freaking loading.
I don't
Internet
even
loading.
know. Like, I had never been on the internet before going to prior to going to prison. I had never been on the internet. Nobody I knew had internet. Like,
I
they
can't
didn't have
remember.
computers and stuff. So I don't, you know what I mean? It's weird. I do know. I think I'd have to Google it, because I don't know if it was prior to me getting locked up or right after. But I remember somebody saying they were playing one of the PlayStations,
I don't know. PlayStation.
like, online with other people that wasn't in the same room. And I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. I'm like, how they can't? We got to sit side by side with the remotes to play the same game. They were like, no, you play with people around the world. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, I couldn't. So
Look, it still don't make sense to me. I still don't understand how it works. I'm like, how the hell how am I looking at you right now? You over there? I don't even know how the hell it works.
yeah, it's so I had to, needless to say, man, there was a whole lot of things to adjust to, but I love it, like, because it's like a whole new world, and there's aspects of it that's, to me, is fascinating. But and then there's, of course, like, the aspects of it, like, it's stupid to me. I can care less, but I think that's
Some
with
people sit there and
everything.
play. I mean, just these people don't get a job. They sit there and play video games all day long. Broker's a joke. I'm like, how you sit there all day long and do this? I'm good at it. Well, if you're so good at it, once you get a job doing it, well, I'm trying. Okay, so it's about a million other people.
Yeah.
It's like
My stepson, he's like on a professional level. He has a job and all, but he plays. He's what they call a gamer, right? So that was a new terminology for me as well. But he's what they call a gamer, and I don't know. At one point, he was supposed to be making money at it. He may still be doing it. I don't know. I don't talk to him. Like he's in Tennessee actually, but I mean he's just my stepson. So when my wife and I met and got married, she already had 2 kids and I had one, but they were all grown. Well, my daughter was 16 when I came home, and she didn't live with me, so her kids didn't live with her. Her son lived with her when I first met her, but then she kicked him out right after we got married, and we're cool, but I don't talk to them. Like they're grown, they're just grown adults living their own life, same way I am. I mean, we don't have nothing to talk about. So I mean, she talks to her kids, of course, you know what I mean, but I'm just they're not my kids. It's like what do you want me to say?
I
But
don't even realize at 6 o'clock. I got 6 o'clock. It says I got a 6 o'clock Zoom or something. I don't freaking
all
know.
right, it's like 10 till now, right?
We got
Yeah.
10 minutes. No rush.
All right. But yeah, so
All right. So
but yeah,
since you went, all right, this is a good one. This is a good question before we go. This will be good. So people are probably wondering, like, okay, so 3 days you got married and you've been together this long and it's good. How the hell? What's the secret?
great question. Authenticity, man. I am who I am, and I have been since day one. I
Mm-hmm.
never did. So, all right. So I listen to rap music. There's a rapper. His name is Cameron. Whatever. I don't even know what album it was, but there was a skit on one of his albums years ago, and he was like, "Yo, when I meet a female," and of course he's using the B word, but he said, when I meet a broad, I smack a broad." And you know the other, and his homeboy's like, "What do you mean, Cam? Why you smack her?" He was like, "That way later on she can't say, oh Cam, why you don't treat me like you used to." So I never did the whole buy you flowers and make this phony, like do all this phony stuff. I buy my wife flowers, but I mean like do all this phony stuff
Yeah.
so that way later on I don't do this stuff and it's like, oh, you ain't the same person or you changed. I've been the same since day one, and so has she. The only thing that changed is we have evolved and we've grown. Don't get me wrong, like in like other areas of our life, like in our spirituality, like my relationship with my God, my Lord has grown or changed for the better, right? So if there's been any change within me or within her, it's always been for the better. We're
Yeah.
constantly elevating, you know. And so I think the secret is just I am who I am, and she accepted that, and she is who she is, and I accept that. So
Yeah.
my wife, when I met my wife, she was overweight. She was like, I think she was like 230 or something. She had a surgery and blew up to like 300 pounds. Then she's lost over 150 pounds. Now she's at like 154, I think. And I made a joke with her. You know, I'm like, well, dang, you done lost all this weight. Now I got to find a second wife because I'm Muslim. I can have 2 wives, right? So I'm like, I got to go get a second wife because I married you when you were fat. You know what I mean? Like I like big females. So we joke like that, right? She
Yeah.
came to me years ago, like not like right after we got married, maybe a year after we got married. She was like, hey babe, does this outfit make me look fat? And I looked at her and said, do you want the truth? She said, of course. I said, you are fat. How can the outfit make you look fat? You are fat. And she has loved me for that. That was the secret. That's the secret. Be honest.
Yep.
Be honest.
100%.
Authenticity, transparency, and honesty, man. You can't go wrong. Because at the end of the day, I didn't call her no fat B, you stinking fat B, or no crazy stuff. Like I didn't call her out of her name. I told her the truth. Because love ain't lies, man. When you say you love somebody, but you sugarcoat stuff out of sparing their feelings or whatever, or thinking they're gonna think worse of you or something like that, you're lying.
Yep.
How can you say you love this person if you're lying to them? Like love ain't lies, man. So it's like honesty, man, is the key. So it's like she respected that because I was truthful with her.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody loves the truth, no matter how hard it hurts. You know, so
That's the same way you coach and I coach the same way. So it's like, you're going to hear what you got to hear, not what you want to hear.
yeah.
That's what people
And
live on these false statelhoods. And it's like, look, if I was an American Idol judge, I'd be like, look, your friend and family here, you better go with some new friends and family because you suck. I don't know whoever told you you're a good singer. You're garbage.
Yeah. If they
Same.
suck, yeah. I mean, and that's being real. Like I said, and it's not out of trying to belittle, degrade, or disrespect nobody. It's
Mm-hmm.
being honest. You would I would much rather, most people, 9 out of 10 people would much rather you be honest with them. Even if it hurts for a minute or two, they'll tell you at the end of the day, yeah, it did hurt my feelings at first, man. But when I thought about it, you were right. You were right. That's
Mm-hmm.
what everybody will tell you. Like,
Yep.
man, it hurt my feelings at first, man. That broke me down. I might have started crying. But when I thought about it, man, I can't lie. You were right. Thank you. They'll even thank you for it.
Yep.
Unless
Most
they're
of them.
just so.
Some people just be like, oh, and I tell people straight, look, what I tell you is not to hurt you, not to, it's to help you.
Yeah.
I'm not coming, look, I'm never going to come at you. Ever. It's not my
Yeah,
intention.
I've been there, man. I smoked crack. Like, I've smoked meth. I've snorted coke. I've snorted heroin. I drank till I blacked out. Woke up when somebody woke me up, and when I was laying in the middle of a street, they almost ran over me. Like, I've been the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm never trying to tell nobody in the sense of you. So here's what people say: don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm like, this is
Understand.
called constructive criticism. If I
Yes.
provide a solution, it's not judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I just sit here and if I just sit here and call you out your name or call you like fat and overweight because you're lazy and all of this stuff, but I don't offer a solution, then I'm being judgmental.
Yep.
But if I call you something that's truthful and honest and I offer a solution, it's constructive criticism. And people don't understand the difference.
No, they don't. They think
Those
that
that
you come
don't,
at.
those that don't understand.
I got to cut it out. I got to cut it short. I don't even know who I got to Zoom with.
All right.
Oh, never mind. No, I ain't worried about that. It's a, man, I ain't worried about that.
You sure?
It ain't, yeah, it's something for the summit thing that I'm not an author of it. I'm
Okay.
in no rush.
All
I
right.
don't feel like going there. I'm gonna say I couldn't do it. They give you a recording anyway.
All right. So
There's
it's like
their feelings they hurt. Look, let me tell you from the beginning. I'm never gonna come at you like that. I'm not gonna come at you to hurt your feelings. I'm not coming at you to put you
uh,
down. I'm coming at you to everything I say is gonna be constructive. It's gonna help you. Don't take it to heart. Don't take it. No, how do I not take it personal? Don't take it so personal. Take it like I'm helping you. That's what I'm not coming at you like I'm trying to hurt you. And people don't. People don't get that.
yeah. 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 This is like matter of fact, my wife and I was talking earlier. Her daughter went to stay with her this past weekend because, like I said, I was in Nashville, and they had a really good time. And somehow, her daughter's overweight, and she's back in the gym. She's trying to lose weight and things like this. So somehow they got on the being overweight topic, and the word or the terminology, whatever, fat shaming came up, and she was like, "Well, yeah, but such and such fat shames," and my wife was like, yeah, so what? And I'm like, why is that? Why is that looked down upon? Like, how can I be accused of fat shaming you if you're the one that's fat? You should be ashamed. And
See,
this, now, don't let this audience, whoever listens to this, whether it's today or 10 years from now, know the difference. If somebody has a medical issue or some thyroid, like something that they can't lose weight,
no, they
literally,
can't.
like then it's one thing. Like they're handicapped, they're in a wheelchair, or what, I don't care. It doesn't apply.
That's about
My whole thing is if the shoe fits, wear it. If it don't apply, that's separate. This isn't a blanket statement for the whole world. It applies to who it applies to. I told you everything is relative. But if you're fat and overweight, you're the one that should be ashamed. And to go even further, you are ashamed because you're the one who came to me talking about I need to lose weight. I'm overweight. I
I just
don't like
posted. You see,
what
I
I
posted the
don't
other day.
like the way my body looks. When I look in the mirror, I'm disgusted. Like, so how am I at fault for whatever is
Exactly.
called fat shaming? Because
You
I'm
see my post the
agreeing
other day.
with you and want to help you lose the weight?
You see the
Don't
post the
make it
other day.
make sense.
Seen the post I put on Facebook the other day about that?
Nah, I didn't see it.
You have a strong mindset, and if you can't look in the mirror at yourself and say that, oh, I'm happy with my body. I'm not. You're not overweight. How you think you're gonna have a strong, resilient mindset? You're gonna be disciplined over here, but not disciplined over here. And I said, then there's no excuse. Now, the only thing there's excuse is if you are handicapped or you cannot go work out, or you cannot lose weight. But if you got a thyroid problem, if you got a problem gaining weight, then this is a fact.
Yeah.
Push your ass away from the table. Stop eating a Snickers. Stop eating a freaking donut. If you know you gain weight easy, don't eat the crap you're eating. Don't complain about it. Because if you complain about it and you ain't doing nothing about it, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, that's my point. It's like how are we at fault when you yourself feel ashamed of your weight? I don't. It doesn't make sense. That will never make sense to me. How am I a fat shamer? Which I don't even know. I don't even know what that. I don't. There's a lot of new terms that I'm learning that are all apparently coming from social media now, or have been. And
don't learn
to me, it's just weird.
They're going away now. Don't learn too much of them. They're going back away.
Yeah, of course they are. I was listening to Jim Ron earlier, man, on the way to work, and this was a recording from like 1981, and he said he went to this conference, and they were like, Jim, you know a lot of like people who are up there, like important people in the world. Can you tell us going forward in the 80s what the 80s are going to be like? He said, well, you came to the right one. I sure can. I can tell you exactly what the 80s is going to be like. He said they all leaned in to listen. He said, from my experiences in life, things are going to go the same way they've been going. Nothing changes. He was like, nothing changes. It's going to be the same. He was like, when it gets light, what else does it do? It gets dark. He was like, and nobody, freaks out when the sun goes down, because for 6,000 whatever 100 centuries or years, that's what's been going on. So more than likely, for the 80s, that's what's going to be going on. And his point was, he said that to make a point. He said, but it was serious. He was like, in routine, what season does the winter follow? Fall. Year after year, it's going to stay the same. It's not going to change. And as it ended, so they were like, well, my life is such and such. When will my life change? He said, your life will change when you change. When you change your life, that's when your life will change. So that's kind of like the point he was getting to. So to go on with what you were saying, like, it's nothing's going to change unless you change it.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. Nothing changes if you change nothing.
Yeah, 100%.
But I guarantee that dude wasn't thinking what's going to happen in the past 10 years. Well, I'm sorry, the past 4 or 5 years. That's been a shoot.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what happened? Wait. And now it's going shoot. But this tells you right there, it all depends on who is in power in the United States.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how the world runs. And now you got somebody actually has some cojones, and everybody's like, okay, woke what? Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, people might love or hate him, but hey, the people that don't like him, that hate him, whatever, you got to stop looking at stop listening to the media and just look at what the whole plan is and what the plan is going to be and how much has gotten done in the positive sense. Everything. It's going to be uncomfortable for a year. I got to say that. A year to be a little uncomfortable. But after that, it's going to be smooth sailing.
Well, and that's the thing, man. Like, so that's what I realize now with the power, or with just the existence. I ain't gonna say the power, but just with the existence of, I guess, I kind of started tying social media and internet like intertwined, because to me it's all the same. But with the existence of social media, man, you're gonna have those that like a person and those that don't, and then those that just don't give a crap either way, right? And that's gonna be, it doesn't matter, who it is, male, female, politics, Republican, Democratic, or it's the black, white. It don't matter. None of that. Nothing matters. The title, the label, none of that stuff matters. You will always have. Nobody is gonna be 100% favored by all people.
That's what
There
makes
are
the world go
people.
round.
Well, I mean, that's just the thing. It's the reality of like, who can deny that what we know of the prophet Jesus isn't nothing but good? You have people that don't like Jesus. How come? Like, why not? What is that? Why do you hate Jesus so bad? Like, you don't even know him. We don't even know him, but if just based off of what was recorded, how can you not like him? Like, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you still got people that will find fault. So it's like, it's going to always be, it's just going to always be, man, not everybody's not going to be on board.
The thing that kills me though is like, you see nowadays it's, if I see something and I'm like, let me go, I'm gonna go see, I'm gonna see if that's true. Nowadays you got people that either they're gonna go right to it, and if one certain people that believe that stuff that's not even true, how hardcore they get about it, and how just, I mean, they get freaking lunatic. It's like, y'all out here protesting, y'all work. What the hell y'all doing? You guys go to work over here? I mean, it's like, what are y'all doing over here? And I say protest because I don't say, like, a lot of it today is not a protest. Like going to light a Tesla dealership on fire, your ass should go to jail. Because not only you light your car on fire,
that's arson.
Not even that, but think about that. You putting a cop's life in danger, a fireman's life in danger, all that whole entire dealership's in danger. We ain't worried about the cars. We ain't worried about Tesla. But you're doing this why? Why? Because he's saving the government money? What?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I was just watching Ron DeSantis from Florida. He said, like, he had like what he said he had like $900 million in money sitting in an account in Florida that he was not taking because it was part of the federal funding that you had to do this, you had to do DEI, you had to do all that in order to get this funding. He's like, I don't want it. I'm gonna stick it in this account because we don't want to touch it. So then he met with Elon Musk last week and he's like, look, I want to give this $900 million back. He said, you want to do what? You want to give it back? He's like, why is it so? He's like, no, we'll take it right back right now. He's like, it's crazy because whenever the last administration went in, I told him that they're like, you want to give it back? We don't know how to take it back. You can't take it back. So all the extra money that they had, they don't know what to do with it. So they just bye-bye. It's crazy. I mean, we don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to take money back. We just know how to give it away.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He was talking today, like, about this, the debt and all that crap. It's like, okay, so, by 2030, if they keep going down the road, well, they're trying to push it to get a balanced budget. Because if you think about it, I never thought about this. Every state has to have a balanced budget. They have to. It's the federal law. Well, why doesn't the federal government have to have a balanced budget? I mean, so if they would have kept it balanced when Bill Clinton was in office, that's the last time it was balanced. Think about if we kept a balanced budget all the way till today, how much better this country would be in.
Yeah.
But they said by 2030 we'll be 20, like what they said, it could be up to 76 trillion in debt if we keep going down the same road. Then is it even debt anymore? I mean, because you can't even afford to pay the interest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would, you can't pay it back. So
At
put it
that
on.
point,
I mean, whose credit score does it go to? Because when I can't pay someone back, it just gets put on my. I get a collection put on my report. It's like,
what is the government's
so
the government's credit rating?
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, because at what point, how is it even considered? Like, how does it exist? Because you can't pay it back. So what is the point to keep talking about it?
It's like me. Man, they're gonna cut me off.
It can't even like it. Yeah, I mean, based off of what is it called? All right, so I'll never pretend I know something I don't, and I'll never pretend to be smarter than I am. I tell everybody, I went to prison with an 8th grade education. I got my GED in prison. I'm probably the dumbest person most people would come across. I don't care. But if it's like global warming or something, right? The world as we know it only has so many years left. So at what point are we ever going to pay this amount of money back if we're not even going to exist, period, to begin with, in X amount of years? And it's going to take X amount of years to pay this debt. So why is the direction, why is the attention and all the energy and time wasted on that? Or I don't know, man. I just always feel like they're in control and in power. There's got to be a delete button.
Yeah, but the problem is
because if I get a collection put on my credit report after 7 years, I get to start over again.
But the problem is we owe the Federal Reserve, which is a bank, not anything to do with the government. That's what's up.
Yeah, see, like I said, I don't know that stuff. Like, I don't know nothing about politics and
The Federal Reserve is a bank.
federal government. I don't know none of it.
What I don't get is this: how do we owe China money? Like, how do we owe China money? Like, what did we borrow from them? Paper to print it on, or ink? Because what did we buy from them? It's like,
yeah, so I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't know any of that type of information, man. And for me,
need to file, get what they say, to get a relief fund for them. They need to file for that relief, credit relief. Because I mean,
yeah,
you never get off.
Yeah, those topics of discussion, like, that's beyond my knowledge, because I don't know that. I don't know that information, man. Never learned it. Never cared about it, because I don't know. I know I don't have the control to change it, and I don't have the control. I know that it affects my day-to-day life, so it's not that I don't care about it. All I care about is what I can do to keep going. Yeah. Like, that stuff's out of my hands. I don't. That's above my pay grade, as they say. I don't get asked any advice on the matter. I'm just not that person. I'm not the right one. Those that know are smarter than me need to deal with it and figure it out. And until then, there's nothing I can do. But keep trying.
I didn't think about either. That okay, so all this money that Elon Musk is finding, it's going every here, all this crazy stuff they give him money to. Well, the problem is they can say this, but if Congress doesn't stop that funding, it's going to keep going on. And this Congress don't stop the funding. So I was like, you can save all that you want, but if the Congress is still passing the budget for them, what you doing? The money's going, and all these countries, drag queen shows in Libya. Who the heck? What? Are you kidding me? Then they just found the other day what they found. Oh, they found a government agency. Okay, they didn't even know about it. It has 300 employees. It has a budget of $500 billion a year.
They didn't know about it.
I don't know if it's 500 billion. Maybe it's like 500 million. I don't know. Yeah, maybe 500 million. I don't know. It's an ungodly amount of money. But then when they went there, they had private security. They wouldn't let them in. At a government agency. It's like, what do y'all do? They don't even know what they do. That's how much money is just going everywhere. They don't even know that it existed.
Wow.
Dude, that's sickening. That's like, what they need to do is investigate all these politicians that their accounts have millions and millions and millions of dollars in it, and they only make $110,000 a year. My ass would be in jail.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, man, let's get ready to end this on whatever note, and hopefully the viewers have some feedback and some enlightenment, because everybody got their 2 cents, and they're all smarter than I am. So we'll see what they have to say about it in the comments, or however this gets posted.
It's been on live the whole time, so let's see. All right, Justin, I'll hit you up later on.
All right, man.
It's been a good one. We've been on here a while. Huh? How long have we been on? We've been on an hour. Yep.
Yeah, good hour.
All right, bro. Later.
All right, man.